All right, this video is going to walk you through translations and how we transform locations of coordinates into new locations by sliding them around and following the same kind of directions that are given to you in the problem. So you might have a problem that says translate this point A such that it goes down 4 and right 1. If you've ever played board games before, it does the exact same thing. So you just physically just go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go right 1. Hopefully you know your left from your right and your up from your down. So as you go down 4 and right 1, like this, you end up at this dot. This is where your new A prime is going to end up. That coordinate is going to be at -3, -2, -3, -2. Now, we can also get this from a rule. Whenever we talk about going down something, we're changing the y coordinate. You started at 2, now you ended up at -2. So if you're at 2 and you simply were to subtract 4 from that y coordinate, you then get the new coordinate at -2. If you were to go to the right, right is where you add numbers to your original coordinates. If I take -4 and if I add 1 to it, like it says to do here, if you add -4 plus 1, you get -3. So if you didn't have the actual graph to look at, you can simply use the rule to do this. So you simply just take the coordinate -4, 2, and you do what it says. Add 1, subtract 4 from those two numbers right there, which create the answer -3 and then -2. That's all there is to those kinds of questions that are translate. Now, just to show you that you could go other directions, you might, instead of going down, go up. So you might see this one right here. If you're going to go up, the rule would look like this. You change the y coordinate by adding 3 to it. So if I have a coordinate right here at -4, -2, and I want to go up 3, count it out, 1, 2, 3, and then to the right 2, that would put you right here. That new coordinate would then be at -2, 1. But if you have a rule to look at, then it would look like this. You simply just take your coordinate that you had originally, which is -4, -2, and you do these things to it. You add 2, and you add 3. When you follow those directions of going right 2 and then up 3, you get an answer that comes out as -2 when you add -4, and then comma, and then +1. Whoops, it's a comma, and then +1. So the coordinate then comes out as -2, +1. Hopefully you see how that works. But when you're trying to look at these different things, if I saw this picture and it said, hey, if this is A and this is A prime, how do you get from one coordinate to the other? Well, if you're going to go up, then you say y plus 3. And if you see it going to the right, you say x plus 2. Anything left or right, you do with the x. And whatever you do up or down, you do with the y. Just remember, when you're going up, it's positive. And whenever you go to the right, it's positive. And that's how those kind of questions work. Hopefully this video on how to do the notes for translations is a little more helpful between the rules and what's actually happening on the screen. Good luck with your homework.